Hello everybody. Normally this isn't a gaming channel. If you've been watching the channel, you know I'm most focused on interviews, but a guy that was a guest told me that it's not a bad idea to share some knowledge about this. Uh, what we're seeing here is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's a pretty sweet game. It's obviously beautiful. It's amazing. And it's one of those games I'm coming back every now and then. It's just remarkable, and I've been a fan of the series for a while now, and I've been hearing often that it's not a bad game, but it's just bad Assassin's Creed game, and it's true. I can see why that is. And I've crafted a build. I'm calling it the Immortal Assassin build. Now keep in mind that Jordan did this a while ago, a few years ago, and technically I got the idea from there, but mine is a little bit endgame, and it's quite useful. First of all, it's this dagger. This is an endgame dagger. And it's pretty useful because you can assassinate absolutely everything that is below your level. And because this is a new game plus, pretty much everything is below your level. This is, as I said, very endgame build. You can get this dagger by doing this mission over here. And I really recommend you doing this like at the very end of your journey. It's an amazing quest. I actually enjoyed it a lot. But it's going to ruin you. You're surprised if you do it first. So this is the dagger, and I engraved it with 100 damage, but cripples the health because the health's already been crippled. So this is a pretty good perk. Now this javelin is the only one in the game that I know of that has melee resistance. And it's pretty good because it allows you to up your resistance, uh, melee resistance, and what was the other one? I think it was range. Yeah, range resistance, and it helps you to get up to 100. And I also engraved it with converting 50% of warrior damage to other damages. I've selected this bow because, well, still crit chance and the damage. The crown is something I've engraved with range resistance. I've placed range resistance on the bracelets as well. Elemental resistance for the armor. And critical damage while on low health, because with this build we're always going to be at low health. And critical chance while at low health. And although the damage is not exactly good, it's not bad either. The crit chance is fine, I suppose. But this is where the build shines the most. 100% melee resistance and range resistance, and 85% elemental resistance. 50% chance to ignore half the damage, which is pretty good right now. This is on nightmare difficulty. And those are the skills, the abilities that I have. This one is, as I said, this is an endgame build. You get this after you finish Atlantis DLC. It's tremendously useful. What this does is to summon a clone of yours, which deals the same amount of assassination damage. And because of the dagger that I showed you earlier, you can one-shot pretty much everything. Rush assassination is pretty good. And I've never been much of a fan of using a bow. I I don't think I've used it at all in my AC3 with Connor, and I used it a few times in Origins, but it wasn't really for me. Those are absolutely optional, by the way. It's entirely up to you. I did it because I simply wanted to.
Got to be careful.
One more thing, to get this spear, you can only get it from the quest that I'm currently on, and this is something you need to do for Teletas. You can get the quest from here. when you reach that area. And when you get to the lieutenant you're supposed to kill, you will have an option to recruit him or to kill him. You're going to want to kill him.
Commander has guards, but
Be-
they're not there to protect him.
because if you recruit him, you will never get the spear. Now, this guy is just sitting here, so I can summon the clone. This particular build really allows you to relive the option of being an assassin. Often I've noticed that the game is actually punishing you if you try to play as an assassin, if you try to play stealthy. So, like I almost got caught.
Not good. There's a body.
Okay, this one. And the rush assassination is pretty powerful with this build. I'm just using that as an example. There you have it. Rush assassination took one adrenaline bar. And you get 2 adrenaline bars after an assassination. As I've said, this is on nightmare difficulty. And this truly allows you to relive this assassin fantasy. The additional skills that I have on are in case something goes wrong.
Thank the gods! Those soldiers are blood hungry. They want me to.
Yeah, he's going to talk for a while, so
I've been sent.
you're going to have to kill him.
Something to hunt.
And this is a good display.
One less Athenian on Delos.
This was a good display over here because with those abilities you'd be able to to inflict a lot of damage. As you can see, that one, yeah, there it is. Fury of the Bloodline. It pretty much gives you your adrenaline back, which is pretty good. 4 adrenaline bars, and it's just useful because it allows you to inflict a lot of damage. So that's another good example. We have a mercenary who's after me. I can kill him with a clone, but I don't want to. I just would rather wait and one-shot him myself because the dagger allows us to do exactly that. That's pretty good.
This area will be well defended.
The spear is also useful because as powerful as the dagger is, sometimes you just need a little bit more space. You need that reach, and the spear actually allows you to have that. Again, those are the skills that I'm using. And those are the additional stats that I have. 30% damage with spear, critical chance and critical damage, range resistance, warrior damage because we're converting it, critical chance while being on low health, a bit of health here, and total armor, range resistance, armor penetration, damage while low health, because we're always going to be low health. The damage that restores some health. The daggers. Chance to ignore half the damage. Elemental resistance. And with that we're able to have our elemental resistance at 85%, which is pretty good. I can up it up to 100, but I'll have to sacrifice one of the melee or one of the other ones, melee or range, and I don't want to, simply because not a lot of enemies are dealing elemental damage. We can actually test the combat build. At the arena. Because with those overpowered abilities, you are able to deal a lot of damage. You're able to take quite a punishment without losing pretty much any health whatsoever. There's this guy. And you're also able to be stealthy.
You want to...
Yeah, let's try this one. Again, the game is not always rewarding stealth abilities, but it's pretty good when you have it. As you can see, the damage that's been dealt was pretty good. And because of the bloodline ability, you're also able to restore your adrenaline back. And this is what I meant by needing some space. And you have your adrenaline back, and you're able to deal with tight situations quite easy. Again, this is on a nightmare difficulty, which is pretty good. And I really hope that this build is useful. Again, you can get the spear from the Teletus quest. You can get all of those from different mercenaries all over the place, but the game throws them at you, so that's pretty good. The bow is up to you. I'm just using the critical and the warrior and assassin damage status. And this dagger is tremendously useful because it really allows you to assassinate pretty much everything and everyone. You combine that with rush assassination, you're able to clean up a camp of 4 people ridiculously easy. The clone is pretty much ending everything. If you summon it, it has, I think it was like 1 minute or 100-second cooldown. I'm not sure, but it's pretty useful and pretty good. It's not that much. And I truly encourage everyone to try that build. It's free. This is the best part of this build. I've seen a lot of builds that required some purchased sets from Ubisoft. I was never a fan of that. This one is just free, and you can have it. And I